Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Raja Umar on my channel RU Speaks, as Raja Umar speaks for you for the subjects of Pakistan studies and global perspectives of IGCSE and O levels. And we are discussing the component 2 of Pakistan studies these days, and that is the environment of Pakistan geography portion. And we are at unit that is the industrial development, the secondary and tertiary industry. A request, do not forget to subscribe my channel RU Speaks. You will find a great stuff for you, for your learning and for your overall bringing up and your grooming. There are so many videos available over there. Do watch them and do comment, like, share, and spread them to the in your community. And now today we're going to talk about the cottage and small scale industry. Here we are on that presentation. And cottage and small scale industry, that is really very important industry of Pakistan, and elsewhere in the northern mountains and across Pakistan we find that there are many smaller industries. The people are working over there, whether the family members at home, I mean the cottage industry, or if smaller businesses are established as having employment of about 10 to 15 people to work in there and to establish that small scale industries. So here we have the cottage and small scale industry. That is the a comprehensive overview. This presentation explores key industries in Pakistan, highlighting their contribution, challenges, and environmental impact. We will cover the sports goods, surgical, oil refineries, tourism, and brick industries, and providing a detailed look into their operations and significance. By mistake, this particular industry of oil refineries, they are added up over here in this presentation, and I will ask you people to include this one in the secondary industry in our last lesson, and the rest, they are part of the small scale industries. And here we have the Pakistan's most important cottage and small scale industry, that is the sports goods industry, that is the Sialkot's global impact. As you know that this is the specialization of Sialkot city, that Sialkot is renowned around the globe for having the really very well established sports goods industry of international standards. Sialkot is a global hub for sports goods production that is notably contributing approximately 40% of the world's football production over there in Sialkot, amounting to $200 million in annual exports of sports goods, especially football. Raw materials include leather, stitches, yarn, and glue for football, while bats and hockeys require wood, nails, and polish material. However, the industry faces significant challenges. Concerns over child labor have led many European and American brands to seize orders from Sialkot. Additionally, frequent power outages, load shedding have hindered businesses from meeting orders and tarnishing their reputation and causing substantial financial losses to those industrialists over there. Despite these issues, most production is exported due to high international demand and better standards. So Sialkot's sports goods industry is really very significant for Pakistani exports of those sports goods. Now the surgical goods. Precision and ethical concerns. Sialkot and Wazirabad both are adjacent districts. Sialkot is also renowned for its surgical instruments, with exports reaching around $250 million in 2008-2009. A bit old data, definitely this figure might be quite higher. So these instruments are primarily manufactured in small workshops employing thousands of people, and their quality is strictly monitored, that the products which are made over there, that should be of international standards so that those can easily be exported to the other countries. A major challenge for this industry is the growing concerns in Western societies regarding the unethical labor practices, including child labor, low wages, and poor working conditions over there. As you know that there are fumes of those metals and the fuel which is used over there to melt that matter. So it means that they are creating a greater health concerns of those workers working over there in that industry, and the Western world is concerned about those issues related to the conditions of the workers. So these concerns have compelled some international firms to halt orders from Pakistani contractors. The instruments are made from raw materials such as titanium, iron, chromium, and nickel. Most of the production is exported with high demand from countries like UK and Germany. So they are the importers of the surgical goods from Pakistan. Pakistan exports these products to them. Now, another very important small scale industry, that is the brick industry in Pakistan. Challenges and environmental impact. As you know that Pakistan is a developing country and construction is going on everywhere. So brick is the major raw material being used in the construction industry. But there are certain concerns regarding the pollution, regarding the using such materials in baking those bricks in those brick kilns. They are really very dangerous for the environment, and they are leading to the pollution and climate change. So industry overview. The brick industry, a vital small scale sector in Pakistan, employs many in rural areas with an estimated 6,000 kilns across Pakistan. It contributes around 1.5% of GDP of Pakistan. Bricks are made from clay, sand, and water, compressed, dried, and then baked at 900 degrees Celsius using coal, or even they are using very dangerous material these days, that is the used tires and tubes of the vehicles. They are really very dangerous for the environment. And now the labor conditions. The industry relies on intensive labor, often involving entire families, men, women, and children. They work in those brick kilns, who receive minimal wages for producing thousands of bricks. Workers include patheras, those who make those molds bricks over there with the help of those molds. That is the process of molding. Converting that mud into brick shape, that is known as the molding, and that is done with the help of a mold, just like we have the ice cubes over there in our refrigerators. That is a mold. In the same way, there is a mold of brick, and they use it to make those bricks. Then bharai wala, loading, and then jalai wala, that is the furnace feeding. The person who is working over there on that kiln and baking process of bricks. And nakasi wala, the person who removes the baked bricks out of those brick kilns. They are known as the nakasi wala. And then the environmental issues or the impacts related to the brick industry. So brick kilns release harmful gases, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, causing air pollution, acid rain, global warming, and ozone depletion, leading to health issues like skin cancer and asthma. And deforestation for wood fuel, reducing of the agricultural land, and water pollution from waste dumping are also significant concerns. And another very important concern is when they dig out the land to take that soil to convert it into bricks. The land degradation is another very important factor which is being done because of this brick industry. And in these suburban areas of the major urban areas, what we see that there are ditches and ravines are formed just because of this particular industry, leading to poor land, and that land becomes waste and cannot be used for any further activity. Solutions include converting kilns to natural gas so that there should be minimum environmental damage, increasing chimney heights so that the fumes or the smoke that should be going in the upper atmosphere rather than damaging the lower atmosphere, and oxygen particles should remain clean of all these carbon contents. Using masks for the workers. Workers must be having masks on their faces so that they may not be suffering from the harmful impacts of those gases. And then implementing clean coal technologies and filtering smoke before releasing it into the air to mitigate environmental and health hazards. So every possible step can be taken. As you know that this industry cannot be stopped as it is needed for the development of Pakistan, especially the construction, and you know that the canal lining and the dam construction, or the house buildings and the commercial areas and the plazas and all those. And you know that right now we have entered into another form of construction, that is the making the skyscrapers and tall buildings, and they all are consuming bricks. So it is the industry which is really very much important and needed for Pakistan, but to overcome certain environmental issues what they have been discussed over here. So this is the slide I was talking about, that this is not the part of this particular topic of today, that is the cottage and small scale industry, as it is the part of the secondary industry. This is the larger industry, and by mistake this slide was added up over here. So I recommend that you are supposed to be learning this particular slide over there along with the previous one, the previous lesson that we have already discussed yesterday. So oil refining industry, that is the fueling Pakistan's needs, and refinery locations, that where they are located. Pakistan has 5 major oil refineries, 2 in Karachi, Indus and Pakistan refineries. They are not Indus, but I believe that is the National Oil Refinery and Pakistan Oil Refinery. These two are over here, there at Karachi. National Oil Refinery and Pakistan Oil Refinery. Number 1, number 2. These two are at Karachi, and one is in Hub, that is the Khalifa Coastal Refinery. It is also known as Baiko Refinery. The Baiko petrol pumps we have seen over there in urban areas. So they are from that refinery. And one is at Rawalpindi, that is we call the Attak Oil Refinery on Main GT Road, very close to the Ayub Park, Rawalpindi, just opposite to it. And the Mid-Country Oil Refinery, that is known as Parco, Park Arab Refinery Company Limited. So these are the 5 refineries in Pakistan. National Oil Refinery, Pakistan Oil Refinery, they are at Karachi. So Baiko Oil Refinery, that is in Hub, Balochistan, Lasbela Plains, and Attak Oil Refinery, Rawalpindi, and Parco, that is Mahmood Kot district, Muzaffargarh, in center of Punjab. So import dependence. Pakistan imports the majority of the crude oil which is refined at coastal facilities and then transported inland for further processing. As we have studied in the mineral resources unit, as that the whatever the oil is being imported from the Arab countries, the 100% oil is not refined over there, and it is transported through the black oil pipeline project from Karachi to Mahmood Kot, and the rest of the oil is being refined over there at Parco. So but the refined oil which is refined over there at Karachi in National and Pakistan oil refineries, they are transported through the white oil pipeline project to Mahmood Kot, and then to the central parts of Punjab and the upper areas through pipeline up to Faisalabad, and then to the through the oil tankers to the further north, I mean Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Azad Kashmir and northern areas of Pakistan. So refining process. Oil is refined by heating and boiling its components, which are then gradually cooled. Components with lower boiling points settle at the top, while heavier components, they settle at the bottom. This is what we call the fractional distillation of petroleum. This is the process in which the raw petroleum is boiled to such a temperature, and then it is cooled down, and having the higher boiling points components, they remain at the top, and the lower ones, they remain at the bottom. I mean high octane remains at the top, and then jet fuel, and then super petrol, and then diesel, and then kerosene, and then furnace oil, and further the things got started thickening up. I mean, then the car oil, that is what we call the engine oil, and then grease, and then ultimately right at the bottom with the higher boiling point, that is come up with tar, what we call the material which is used, black thick material used for making the roads. So that is the final byproduct which is left over, and that is not wasted, and it is used in the development of the infrastructure like roads. So key products, refined products include petroleum gas, propane, then naphtha for chemical plastic, petrol, automobiles, kerosene oil for jet fuel, diesel oil for cars and trucks, lubricants, as I told you, the engine oil and grease, fuel oil for ships, and asphalt, what we call the tar, which is used in the road construction. So these are the processes and the locations and the dependence on the imports, as Pakistan is meeting 35% of the petroleum needs from its own resources within the country, and 65% is imported from the Arab countries. So now the tertiary industry, that is tourism, a blend of visits and recreation. Why do people having the practice of tourism industry in Pakistan? Many Pakistanis working abroad, particularly in Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, UAE, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, and USA, return annually to visit families and friends. They typically stay with relatives rather than in hotels. And recreational purposes, tourism also include recreational visits, exploring historic sites, museums, religious places, experiencing different cultures, attending festivals like Basant, and visiting the beautiful northern areas of Pakistan, lakes and glaciers and gullies over there. And this is all about the tourism, that this is mostly inland tourism, and this is mostly the international tourism, that the people who come to Pakistan from abroad, and mostly the inland tourism is related to the people from within Pakistan. They travel to the different areas to have all these factors. I mean, the tourist sites, historic sites, and museums and religious places, and all other festivals to be attended. So tourism in Pakistan is a tertiary industry, I mean what we call the services industry, driven by various motivations, as services are provided over there, the hotels, the managers, and the room service, and the loaders and cooks, and they all are providing their services, and we pay them. So that is what we call the services industry. The UK remains the primary source of visitors to Pakistan, followed by countries like India, Germany, Japan, and China. Most overseas visitors frequent major cities such as Karachi, Rawalpindi, Islamabad, and Lahore, largely due to the visits to friends and relatives. Business travel also contributes, including the trade delegations coming to Pakistan to discuss the trade matters, and then the educational activities, the studies, and then the multinational company staff, they come over here to discuss the business deals over here, and then the United Nations officials being the part of the organization, the United Nations organization. Many of the UN officials, they visit Pakistan frequently. And now we have the cultural attractions, a rich heritage, that is the archaeological sites. First, Pakistan boasts significant archaeological sites like Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, and Taxila. I mean, the Indus Valley civilization and Gandhara civilizations are really very much flourished over here. That's why the people come over here and they visit those archaeological sites, attracting history and archaeology enthusiasts. And then historic and religious sites, the country is home to historic forts like Baltit, it is in the Hunza Valley, majestic mosques like Badshahi Mosque at Lahore, tombs like Chokandi, Makli, shrines like Uch Sharif and Sehman Sharif, the Khyber Pass in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Shalimar Gardens at Lahore, and many other sites are here which are of historic and religious importance for many those who visit those places. And then modern buildings, modern architectural marvels include Faisal Mosque in Islamabad, Parliament Building is there, President House, Minar-e-Pakistan, and Jinnah Mausoleum, along with many big commercial centers these days, like we can say Centaurus is there, and the Giga Mall is there, and they all are playing their role in attracting the tourists towards themselves in the form of the modern infrastructure. Natural attractions, the natural beauty of the land. The northern areas offer stunning natural beauty with mountains, snow-capped peaks, natural vegetation, hiking opportunities, and rivers, lakes, glaciers, and beautiful valleys like Hunza, Skardu, Swat, and Naran Kagan regions. So all these are the attractions which are leading to the increasing tourism in Pakistan, that is the archaeological sites, historic and religious buildings, and the modern architecture and the cultural attractions. They all are playing their role towards the development of tourism industry in Pakistan. Now the urban highlights, the cities of Pakistan, not much. I have included only 3 over here. Number 1, the capital of Pakistan, that is Islamabad, and you can see the Faisal Mosque over there. The Pakistan's planned capital, located at the base of the Margala Hills, features the President House, Parliament House, and then the Faisal Mosque, Rawal Lake, Shakar Padiyan, Damne Ko Pakistan Monument, and Lok Varsa, Jasmine Gardens, and Chattar Park. They all are part of Islamabad, and they are attracting many of the tourists towards these places and leading to the earning of for the people of that area. Karachi, the capital of Sindh province, a major seaport and international airport, offers Clifton Beach, Hawke's Bay, Paradise Point, the National Museum, the Mausoleum of Quaid-e-Azam, and Children's Park. They all are the attractions, and they are good for the people who visiting those areas. And here we have the historical city of Pakistan, that is Lahore, the capital of Punjab, a major trading center and hub of culture and attractions, offers historical buildings like Lahore Fort, Pachai Mosque, Shalimar Gardens, and Baradari. They all are attracting the tourists towards these places. Whoever visits Lahore surely goes to these areas. So this is how the tourism industry of Pakistan is. So this was all about for today. Do not forget to subscribe my channel RU Speaks, and we are moving towards the end of the unit industrial development, secondary and tertiary industry. Raja Umar signing off. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.